What is up, everybody? Welcome to Trey's Trades, where we give technical analysis on different stocks in the stock market, as well as buy, hold, or sell opinions on these given stocks. I'd like to preface by saying that I am not a financial advisor nor expert. I am just some random dude on YouTube, so take what I say with a grain of salt. If you wouldn't mind doing me a favor and dropping a like on the video, or a dislike if you don't think you'll enjoy it. Either way, you're helping out the YouTube algorithm. And subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more content like this. With that being said, we are going to be looking at ticker symbol MVIS, Microvision Incorporated. Now, what I think is very interesting about this stock is the amount of volume that you have seen pop up through this thing through the last 10 days. Especially yesterday, we saw an abnormal amount of volume, just insane numbers. I mean, this is a 15-minute chart. We've got 8 million shares here, 8 million shares here, 10,700,000 shares traded here. At the very peak, we saw 12,266,000 shares that were traded on MVIS. So there is a lot of hype and there is a lot of traction with this stock, which in turn drives volatility. Now, something to pay attention to is the general trend here, and the trend is a very smooth progression of higher price valuation. We really not have seen a price correction on this stock yet. So I can see this playing out two ways, and I'd like to prepare you all for both of these scenarios. So I'm going to pull up a VMA here, volume moving average, just to show you what can potentially happen. We have been above the VMA for the majority of the last 10 days, which means that this is completely bullish territory. The bulls are in control of the stock, but this could turn really fast and likely is going to within the next couple trading days. So, scenario one. This stock drops below 807, which I have labeled as the primary support level. And I'm basing that off of the all-time high before we saw this spike. I'd say this is where a very solid resistance level was prior, which turns this into a support level now that the stock has risen above that resistance. So if you see the stock drop below 807, it likely will fall back down to the secondary support level of 645. Now, you could play this out two ways. You could short this stock if you see a very steep price valuation drop below this 807 mark and use this 645 as a potential entry point and an opportunity to buy back your shares. Or if you are bullish MVIS and you see this stock going somewhere in the long term, if the stock drops below 807 down to 645, this is a great entry point for longs on the stock, because I do not see it dropping much lower than 645. This is a very solid company, and this is not just a pump and dump. As you can see, we have had a very gradual increase in volume. It isn't just a 1 or 2 day pump and dump where people are getting their profits and moving on to a different stock. This does seem to be a company which has a fair price valuation based solely on the price action and the 10-day charts. What will I be doing with this stock? I'm going to be very closely watching. I'm more interested in UAVS, but this does have potential to be a very solid long opportunity. If this drops below 807 down to the 645 range, I definitely will be trimming some of my winning profit positions to get into this stock. I will be putting maybe $1,000 to $1,500 worth of shares into MVIS if we see the 645 range. However, I do not know if I will be getting in at this 807 mark, because we have not seen a price correction yet, and that is something to keep in mind. Is stocks that move up this fast, I mean, if you look back 10 days ago, we were sitting at $2.60, and we capped out at a little over $9.50. That's over 400% growth in 10 days. That's a lot of growth. That's a little bit too quick. So we will see a price correction, and although it is going to keep running, there will be opportunities for longs to go beyond this 950 all-time high. There needs to be a market correction with this stock, and it's likely to happen soon. Now, that's not me saying that this stock won't continue to run up today and tomorrow. However, the risk is definitely a lot higher for people who want to buy in at this all-time high. So My biggest tip of advice, if you'd like to play this stock, is to make sure you're not buying in anywhere near this $9 plus range. Stay out of that $9 plus range. If you'd like to get in, $8 to $8.10 is a solid entry point if you want to make a quick swing trade, if you want to touch this all-time high again and potentially higher. But an even better opportunity with this stock is if you wait for it to drop below this support level, if it does, and get into the 645 range. This is a very solid entry point if you see that happen. So keep your eyes on the stock. Keep your eyes on whether or not it drops below $8, because if it does, it is likely going to be a red day. That will mean the bears are in control. Keep an eye on this VMA, the volume moving average. If you see the price valuation drop below the VMA, that is another indicator that the bears are in control of this stock. Lastly, one last thing you want to pay attention to is the amount of volume that is coming in. If you see the same amount of volume, at market open, if you're seeing, in a 15-minute window, 8 million shares being traded, and that's a green bar, there is pretty solid chance that that stock will continue to run up. But my game plan for this is to watch for that $8.07 support level. I do think that is a solid entry point. Even better entry point is 645. So I hope that was helpful for any of you out there who are considering getting into MVIS. My biggest tip for you, if you could take anything away from this, is don't buy anywhere near that $9 plus range, because that is a very steep price valuation and there's not a lot of upside. If you're looking to make a quick 50 cents, or you're banking on this stock going parabolic, climbing another $1, $2, $3 within the next day, that is a method. But that is not my trading style. I prefer to buy as low as I possibly can and sell as high as I possibly can. So if you get in at $8 and we touch that all-time high sitting at $9.60 or so, that's $1.50 a share, and you turned around a pretty decent profit. You're looking at 15, 20, 25% margin of return. So that is what I have for the video today. Thank you for coming to the channel. I appreciate your time. If you enjoyed the video, please like, and if you'd like to see more content like this, please do subscribe. I'd love to get to 100 subscribers by Sunday. So that is all that I have for you today, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.